With Steph Curry coming back, the Warriors faced the Lakers team who lost Anthony Davis in the first half. It was Draymond Green who tied his season-high 13 assists as he directed traffic in the Warriors' split action and off the short roll when the defense trapped Steph. So let's break down his performance. With Klay having a hot first half, it is the unspoken rule of the Warriors to keep fighting him. On a semi-fast break, you can see both the IQs of Draymond and Chris Paul knowing exactly what play to run. CP3 sees that Max Christie's position is way too deep, and the counter to this is to set a pin-down screen knowing Los Angeles are not switching off-ball picks. This forces Christie to keep chasing Klay around the screen, and with Paul's man in Russell in the drop, Thompson decides to curl and shoot this, even though this is still a relatively contested shot by both Christie from behind and Prince from the side, but Klay was just feeling it at this point. Here's the famous Golden State triple split action in the post. With Green getting the ball in the mid-post, this action works extremely well against defenses that do not switch. You can see Klay Thompson trying to shake off his man in Prince over two separate screens, and here he's able to create enough space and finally ball fakes to get his defender to fly by before reloading for a three-pointer. As we know, Draymond is a hell of a playmaker, and he's made a career off of making plays from the short roll. With Green coming from a high pick and roll, LeBron comes up high to show on Steph's shooting ability, so the duo counters by bounce passing to Draymond the short roll to exploit the 4-on-3 advantage on the back end. Now we got the Lakers moving in rotations, with Hachimura early as the weak side low man, but D'Angelo Russell is too high to be responsible for the two weak side Warriors. Great choice by JK to not settle and cut to the rim, as Draymond lobs for a perfectly timed ball for the dunk. The Warriors' read and react offense is one of a kind because often there are just no set plays. In this quadruple split action, we have four guys on the weak side all reading off the positions and screens of each other. Wiggins initially is on the left wing, but his man in Hachimura doesn't care about his shot and remains in a drop position. As Kuminga makes the first cut, you can see Podziemski react and immediately call for Draymond to look at the top of the key before setting a pin down on Hachimura. I'd imagine the Lakers would live with this shot, but this frees up a wide open Wiggs as Dre makes a timely pass for the three-pointer. This was a smart counter by Draymond Green and Steph Curry. With another split action in the post, LA is predicting the off-ball screening, so they counter by having Austin Reeves top block Curry in order to run him off the line. The counter by Golden State is for Green to read three players: the position of his own man in LeBron in the drop, Reeves in a deny, and D'Lo as the help man from the weak side. This was a brilliant pass through the defense as the Warriors countered with Curry backdooring into a reverse layup. Here's a great example of him capitalizing on another 4-on-3 advantage when he sets the high pick and roll and LeBron decides to trap. Curry counters by predicting this coverage and lobbing to Dre in the short roll, who now has another classic 4-on-3. Russell has to rotate over as the weak side low man, and Hachimura is now responsible for the two weak side Warriors. Credit Wiggins for again not settling for a three ball and cutting right to the basket, and Green is just too ahead of the play. Hachimura realizes too late for this alley-oop jam. Golden State just has too many counters in their split action. Green's got the ball in the post again, but with Steph running off of Kuminga's screen, the Lakers finally learned their lesson by switching this off-ball pick, preventing the open three ball. Reeves does an awesome job kind of grabbing on to this initial cut by Kuminga into the layup, but notice Steph's counter as he feels Hachimura was so worried about his three-point shot that he is staying in a denied position. This gives Curry an option to back cut, where Draymond sees that the weak side helping Russell is way too far. Great timing on another pass for Steph for this finger roll right at the rim. Another amazing read by Draymond Green. We got simultaneous pin downs on each wing, but Wiggins chose the right side to initiate a pistol action, leading to a dribble handoff to Podziemski. On the weak side, Reeves is playing Curry straight up and not in an overplay, so the counters to deliver the pass right to Draymond, and he and Curry will run a handoff. But Dre loves being one step ahead of his buddy LeBron, who anticipates this handoff and wanted to go out to the perimeter to switch on to Curry. So Green fakes this knowing he'll have an open lane for the layup. Let's dive into another example of Draymond Green in the post in the Warriors' triple split action. The Lakers are not switching these like we mentioned, preferring to have Austin Reeves not leave Steph. But Curry anticipates this coverage, and with Reeves top blocking Steph and discouraging him from using any of the picks up top to go to the perimeter, he completely forgets that there is no help on the baseline or weak side. Curry stops in his track to create some space before backdooring right to the rim as Draymond makes another perfect bounce pass for an uncontested 2 points. Draymond Green is a special player because more often than not, he'll make the high IQ play off of Steph Curry. With Golden State trying to wind down the game clock after a weird late game malfunction, Steph is just playing with the defense and dribbling around mismatches before Taurean Prince decides to help and force a double team. Curry gives Dre a shovel pass, and this becomes another 4-on-3 advantage with Green attacking the paint, since no one's really worried about him out in the perimeter. With LeBron glued to Wiggins, Hachimura finally peels off of Steph, but it is a little too late as Reeves is forced to rotate as the weak side low man. Another automatic sign for weak side Warriors to either spot up at the 3-point line or cut to the basket, and here's another lob up high for Jonathan Kuminga to seal the game. There you guys have it. In a weird last few minutes with a shot clock malfunction, the Warriors pulled off a big win in spite of Anthony Davis leaving the game relatively early. This was a big battle of the play-in spot with two of the West's most ambitious teams, with the Lakers and Warriors split between 1 or 2 games the last couple weeks. The Splash Brothers were both efficient tonight, but it was Draymond Green who acted as the main floor general, making reads off of the Warriors' go-to split action. Green was able to predict overplays and also make passes off of LA traps for high percentage shots, leading to a season-high 13 assists and 12 rebounds as well. Great dub, as they'll take any of them at this point to get out the 9 or 10 spot. So if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.